Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Imperator, where last episode we went a little ham and took over all of Yemnot, and now we have a million aggressive expansion. We, of course, need to chill. So we are doing exactly that. We're chilling, we're investing. Wow, we're making 23 gold per month. I wonder if that's real. I guess it is. Okay, well, we're definitely going to make a lot of investments there. Our fort maintenance is down, so that seems perfect. And we're going to finish up building these farming settlements and mines very, very soon. The only question after that is, are we going to have any enclosures or blacksmiths to build? And I don't know the answer to that. I think farming settlements are just better than enclosures, but enclosures are still good, to be clear. So for now, we definitely need to chill and let our aggressive expansion drop. It's really high right now. And that's very painful for us. We're losing political influence. We're losing a lot of opinion from neighboring nations, claim fabrication speed, loyalty of subject states, monthly stability change, integrated culture happiness. It's all rough. So that's all a thing. A question of competence, huh? We are already quite high in our popularity, but we'll do an investigation. I guess that's fine. So there are no mines to build, and only 5 farming settlements. I love it. That's really, really good. So we're going to get another one queued up. We're currently building 4 structures simultaneously, and I'm very pleased about that. What happened to kinda over here? Nothing. Okay, a whole lot of nothing. So I am wondering right now if we were able to get them to diplomatically become our vassal. That'd be nice. I don't see a way to do that here right now, so we might have to have a border with them. That might be a possibility. The Ptolemaics are still dealing with their revolt. It does look like they have this under control, but it's going to take them a while. That's okay. We don't want to expand at this point. We are in a very, very good position here. We're going to gain some gold. That'll be fine. We've got Arados up here acting as a buffer up here. We've got Yemnot down here acting as a blocker. But, I mean, we weren't going to take all of this territory all at once. So that's fine. Yemnot is eventually going to be integrated, as eventually will be Arados. But for now, this'll do. We've got Armenia up here. We've got Parthia up here. How strong is Armenia? 2833 pops, and Parthia's at 4005. So both of these are quite populous. If we check our own pop count, 1177. It's not so great. If we add in the Ptolemaics, it's much better. But we're not really a match for Armenia or Parthia at this point. So we need to continue to expand in this area down here, consolidate, and work up our power levels. That is definitely something that we can do. We need to work on consolidating our position here. There's just no option. Our aggressive expansion is way too high to do anything else. So that's wonderful. I want to check here. There are no blacksmiths that can be built and no enclosures that can be built. Okay, so it's just farming settlements. That's fine. Shemar might rebel in 16 months. I'm not that surprised about this. Governor corruption is half of it. That's intriguing. But for the time being, I'm not too upset. So this is okay for now. I would like to grab some things in our religious advances, like banning witchcraft, formulaic worship. Those would be very, very good for us. We're a very long ways away from that. So we'd need to go for accepted rights into open religion. That's the only way we could do it. And then we would probably end up skipping minor syncretism. I wouldn't mind theological colleges for the research efficiency. Not like we're capping our research efficiency right now. But we did get a bountiful harvest, and we're going to take gold from that. We could take stability, but it's just going to drain away anyway, and I want to invest that gold in a farming settlement. Boom. There we go. So that'll be fine. We're going to be able to build our penultimate farming settlement very, very soon. And that's really good. we're making fantastic progress on our hinterlands, and very short, we're going to be in a position where we're ready to start specializing cities. That's going to be a whole process. We're going to have to learn where our cities are, and we're going to have to do stuff with that. We'll get that all figured out eventually. We'll put this guy in for now, and Shemar is still 10 months away from his rebellion. I want to take a look at, let's see, the Arabian levy would probably be okay for that. Cool. So that should be fine, and we're going to get a bunch of tax income here. That looks good. Cool. We definitely have disloyal provinces. This isn't surprising. This isn't surprising at all. Heresy? How rude. We're no longer importing furs. Okay. What's Blamia's diplomatic situation? It doesn't really have one. Interesting. Can we fabricate on them? We can. So we could expand into Blamia, which would be fascinating. That would have to go overseas, of course. Or we'd have to walk all the way around here and invade them from down here or from the Ptolemaics. Either of those would be possible, but it would definitely be interesting. We're definitely going to recuperate our losses, but he is going to forfeit his position, and only a real punishment will deter embezzlers. We're going to imprison him, we're going to get 400 gold, and we're going to get 3 tyranny out of the deal. That's wonderful. We like it. So we need a new title here, and that's going to be, I have no idea if this is the guy we just fired or not, but it's going to be this guy. And now we have 633 gold to invest. So we can start looking at cities, like this one. There are no buildings here right now, and we can't build them because the province is disloyal. So with this province being disloyal, that's not really a thing that we can do. However, we could come down to Samaria and build in Shechem, and that's definitely a good thing to do. So I want to get rid of the fortresses here. We're going to do that right now. And then the question is, how do we want to specialize this city? It produces dates. So I'm thinking that's not a great good for it to produce. So I'm thinking this isn't a fantastic slave city, which then means that it should be either a manpower or a research city. I'll leave this aqueduct for now, although we're probably going to get rid of it eventually. I think we're going to make this into a research city. So we should begin by building noble districts as well as citizen districts. This requires a lot of building slots, and that is understood. So we're going to build 1, 2, 3 noble districts, and we're also going to commence work on citizen districts here. So we're going to do 1, 2. That'll be fine for now. So we're going to want to get these converted over to citizens and nobles. Then we're going to need to build court of laws, we're going to need to build shrines, and then anything else, or hang on, not shrines. We're going to build a court of laws, we're going to build academies, and then once we have all of those built, that will be a grand total of 12 building slots. Any future building slots will become libraries at that point. So that's fine for now. We're going to start producing a good amount of research out of this city. So that's where our money is going to be going for the short term. We're just converting that over into a research city. We're probably going to do something similar with Jerusalem. Probably. But for now, this is going to be a big expenditure. So that is all okay. Shemar is going to rebel in 3 months. I'm going to preemptively raise up our Arabian levies, and we're going to send them up to Shemar. Was that saying 10% attrition? 1% attrition. Okay, sit here, where we're not going to take attrition. That sounds good. So we're going to get these guys preemptively raised and moved up here. These guys are going to rebel, and they might bring other states with them, but I kind of doubt it, to be honest. So it should be reasonably fine. Now, over here in Shechem, we definitely are going to want to be building some courts of law and some academies. Which do we want to do first? Well, I think academies are the way to go. Wait, academies are no longer noble ratio. That's right. So we've got the citizen districts, which gives us citizen desired ratio, and then the court of laws that gives us citizen happiness. This gives us a noble desired ratio. Is there no building for noble happiness? That would actually kind of make sense if there isn't. I don't think that there is. Yeah, that's freeman and slave. Yeah. I'm just double checking how all of this works. Yeah, no noble happiness. Okay. So that's fine. We definitely do want to get these academies going eventually. So that's all fine. It's going to cost us 131 gold. Okay. So there's Shamar rebelling. That is understood. Only Shamar went with. Okay. Well, we're just going to hop up here, crush their army, and then siege this, and that will end the war. So that seems great. Now, up here in Shechem, I still want to be working on all of this. So, citizen desired ratio, but this gives pop promotion speed. So I think we should build the academies first. We're also going to need to do some provincial investments here, and that's definitely something that we're going to want to do. We know for a fact that we need at least 12 building slots to get all of this built, and we've got one here right now, although we'll probably delete that eventually. So let's get a building slot in this province with a provincial improvement. Oh, they actually decided not to attack here. Sounds good. We should easily stack wipe them. This should not be a problem. Their morale is quite low. Maybe that's not a stack wipe, but they're going to get kicked out this way anyway. So that sounds good. They're going to have to go like all the way around here to do anything, or come back through this army. Either way, that's not going to go well for them. We do need a new martial researcher, and this guy appears to be the most qualified that we've got right now. Okay. That is fine for the moment. And do we care about this guy? He's the governor of Syria. His corruption is pretty high. Remove him. So that's a scorned family. That's understood. And this guy would actually work, believe it or not. So that'll work. Is that the guy we just fired? Maybe. A minor addendum. Cool. So 6 stability for 10 political influence is a pretty good deal. We're going to take it. That sounds wonderful. So our aggressive expansion is continuing to drop. We're still above 50 right now. So that is noted. They actually ended up coming back through us here and are retreating down to here. That's awkward. Okay. Well, they're going to do some shenaniganery, I guess. That's fine. For now, we're going to head back over here. I want to get another academy building as soon as we can, which will be in this next month. So that sounds good. A second academy here will bring us up to 9 of 10 buildings. And how's that provincial investment going? It's almost done. Beautiful. So that seems fine. We can see that our research ratio is no longer bad. Our current cap is 125, so that's understood. I definitely want to be researching faster. Putting priority on research right now is a pretty big deal. So we managed to get our cult sanctioned here. We know that we're going to need to do it again. We have a bunch of free provincial investments right now, and I'm going to keep doing that for the moment. Okay. So this all seems reasonable. Are we going to buy this or confiscate or waive the fine? Honestly, we're going to waive the fine. This is just good. Cool. So that looks fine for now. These guys are just chilling here. But actually, Arados is on their way over, and I guess Arados is going to take care of this for us. I love it. That is absolutely wonderful. So we're going to be able to build an academy here fairly soon. Keep in mind, our building slots will go up as our civilization value does, and as our population does. We get 1 for every 10 pops, and we also get civilization value increases. So our civilization value here is currently maxed, or very close to maxed. It's not quite maxed, but very close to it. But it is going to go up as we get all of these buildings completed, because each building will increase the civilization level. This guy is going to get 5 loyal cohorts of random type. It's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. So barbarians have risen up over here. Again, I'm in the category of not very concerned about that. They're going to rampage a little bit out over here. But for now, it's okay. We need a new rope. And I guess this guy could be woven into a rope. Sounds good. I'm quite certain that's not how that's pronounced, but it's still funny. So we'll go with it. I like it. So over here in Shechem, we still want to get an academy built. So that'll be fine. And beyond that, we're going to want to have 3 courts of law built here. And that will be our overall goal for getting this all set up. Okay. So these guys are going to run out of forces eventually. They just damaged the... Actually, they didn't even damage the civilization value here. Okay, they did here. But it's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. This siege will be over incredibly shortly. And we'll get that taken care of eventually. Yeah, this is all looking good. The Ptolemaics have just about wiped out their revolt. Good for them. I'm sure they're proud of themselves. So that is all wonderful. Cults have been sanctioned up here in Shechem again. So that puts us at 10 of 12. We need to be at least at 13. So that's what we're going to do. Now, we are going to get a lot more building slots here as our population goes up and as our civilization value goes up. So that will give us libraries, and each library will also give us 2% civilization level. So every 5 libraries, we'd get an additional slot. So that's understood. I'm going to move these guys up over here for right now. We'll see if these barbarians are even still there once this is all over, but we'll sue for peace. And wait, this is a white piece? No, I do not want a white piece. I want to take the stuff. There we go. And we're also able to lose half a point of AE, which is very convenient for us. That's about a month and a half worth. Not bad. Okay, so this produces horses. It has a fortress in it. I feel like we don't need a fortress in both of these locations. Producing horses here is fine, so we're just going to have this city exist. For now, it's got a forum in it, as well as 2 slave traders. It's not sure what it's doing, but whatever. Speaking of not sure what it's doing, these barbarians are not doing very well. That's for sure. I do want to queue up a court of law here. So we'll get that going. And eventually, we'll get this city switched over nicely. So if we look at what we've got here right now, we've currently got 4 slaves. We've got 10 freemen. Oh, the Ptolemaics took care of that for us. Beautiful. We'll just disband our levy as soon as we're done moving then. We're locked in right now. There we go. Cool. So that looks fine. Now, as I was saying, up in here, we currently have 10 freemen. We have 8 citizens and 4 nobles. Okay, so we're going to have some pop promotion going on here. We've got outgoing migration. We've got growth. And yeah, this cult has been sanctioned. That's fine. So our promotion is 11.72 and demotion is 7.08. Okay. I mean, eventually that's not going to end up being a thing. We want more nobles, and the slave ratio is still a bit high there, but that's okay. Who is this guy? So this is going to be our leader here. I actually want the finesse on our leader. So we're going to take that. That will be fine. Okay, so next we need to get a court of law here. I honestly want the tyranny. That will cause us... Or no, we lost the tyranny. I thought that we were going to gain tyranny from it. Oh well. If we had gained the tyranny, that was going to increase the speed at which we lose aggressive expansion, but it's okay. So at this point, we're going to need to come in here, and we could grab migration attraction and pop assimilation speed for a military colony in Juba. Or we could gain 4 innovations and gain 10% manpower and 5% country civilization level. Done. We're definitely doing that. Okay, that seems wonderful. So that gives us 4 innovations. That's a huge deal. We can immediately grab grain rations, giving us population growth. We can then immediately grab writings of Mago, giving us more population growth. And we can also grab threshing board if we wanted to. That would give us pop cap, which will be useful eventually. But for now, I'm going to go with mass pewter production into bread stamp, which gives us a huge amount of population growth. That is population growth overall of 0.09 that we gained from that. That's huge. Now all we need to do in terms of making our way over here is making our way to obstetrics. So we'll need a lumen and that'll give us a free provincial investment. And then we would need to grab recording tradition, so monthly civilization change would be semi-useful. And then we would grab obstetrics for the last population growth out over here. Then we could start thinking about going down to conversions. In theory, that might be the route we end up going. For now, of course, I want to check in. Yeah, we're currently 2 years ahead of time in our tech. That's not very ahead of time for Imperator. We should be getting a lot more ahead of time than this, so we definitely need to bring up our research efficiency. It's not as high as we'd like it to be, but we are currently 3 techs away from getting what we want. Poor harvest, huh? We're just going to raise the price of grain. It's not that big of a deal. So then we're going to get ourselves a court of law here, and we can see just how much the civilization level has changed here from these constructions. I'm actually going to gain the stability, and we're going to gain some popularity here. There we go. So that all looks good. Our stability is nice and high for the moment, and that means that we are unlikely currently to have any additional issues here. Actually, all of these except for Judean here are currently growing in loyalty. So that's actually really good. We're on conversion here, and what's our pop info looking like? Okay, so there's no conversion happening. Honestly, we don't need to be on this. I think we should be on harsh treatment here. The harsh treatment will boost our loyalty, and that looks good. Cool. So, no problem there. We're still working on Shechem here, and at this point you can see we're up to 14 building slots. This means that our next building slot that we want to put in, an oratory advance, noted. This means that our next building slot is going to be a library here. That's perfect. We also just lost a researcher, and we definitely want to replace that guy. I guess you'll do. So we need to grab a lumen at this point. That gives us a free provincial investment, which we don't need to use yet. We'll figure out where we want to put that soon. So this is currently full, at least until such a time as the civilization level comes up. So that's okay for now. We can definitely drop the aqueduct and put in an additional library here, though, and I think I want to do that. So we're going to do exactly that, and that will help boost up our research output here. So that looks great. Neither of these two are fit? No, it probably would be fine. Yeah, this is okay. Sure, that looks okay. So this is full for now, and I'd like to set up Jerusalem again as a research city. So that'll be okay, but it will be fairly expensive to get going, of course. We're going to need to build a noble district here, or 3 of them. We're going to need to do exactly the same construction as we did here, to be precise. So that's fine. Okay, we just lost our Rab Shamrim. That's okay. And we're going to put in, I guess this guy would do. Why not? That'll be fine. Okay. So that's all looking good for right now. Our income is pretty solid, to be honest. I want to double check once we have enough money here. Caught red-handed. Rude. We'll imprison him. And we're going to spend the money to capture some of these horses again. It's not okay. Or rather, I'm not happy with it, but it'll be fine. We'll put in this guy. He is not fantastic, but he'll have to do. I mean, he is researching at an okay speed, I guess. Plus 100%. It's not literally the worst thing in the world. So that's fine. We definitely need to get 2 more researches finished. That'll be Martial and Civic. We're expecting those currently to be done in November of 511 and April of 514, respectively. That should improve a lot, though, as we work on getting this city brought up to its full potential. Especially, though, as we work on getting Jerusalem brought up to its full potential. If we check in here, we can see there's a lot of freemen here. This is going to probably ultimately hurt our manpower output, but that is okay. We would definitely like to boost up our research here. No doubt about that. So that is all absolutely fine. We do need to get these buildings constructed. But like I said, before we get that done, I want to make sure that we have all the farming settlements and mines that we can. We're going to need 160 gold to make sure of that. And I want to just... sure, that guy has arthritis. Okay. I just want to make sure that none of these are giving us base resource production. I've already checked that, but I want to make absolutely certain. Other than farming settlements, we can build farming settlements and mines. Remarkable. Did they delete their farming settlements and mines out here when they rebelled? I bet you they did. So we need to build a mine here, and then there's going to be a couple of farming settlements that are going to need to be built out here as well. That's fine. So once we get our research up to our desired level here, we're probably going to focus next on building a couple of slave cities. I'm not too concerned about manpower production right now. We will get there. But for the moment, I'm much more concerned about making additional income. 26.51 is okay, but it's not the best in the world. That's for sure. And we would be very interested in continuing to boost that up. For now, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to chill. It's going to be at least one more chill episode. We're going to have to build a fair amount here. No doubt about that. We have to grab this, and that is indeed what we'll do. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.